Southeastern versus West Prairie here on TSSR Game Time Live. Thank you for joining us wherever you are, the Southeastern or the West Prairie District, renewing a rivalry that has been a long time going on. These two teams matching up, and I'll kind of give you a little personal history on that. Way back when at WCAZ, we started our volleyball coverage. These were two of the teams that we would often follow. So kind of fun for everybody to be a part of this thing. And probably I always joke with Coach Tim Kerr. He and I started broadcasting volleyball right about the same time he started coaching. So we kind of have that kind of shared history here. So always fun when the Southeastern Lady Suns and the West Prairie Cyclones get together, because some very good volleyball, two of the top programs, especially the top small school programs in the area. We've got a lot to do before we get to volleyball action. Let's first take this commercial timeout. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance
in the weight room.
Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
And welcome back here. Do want to thank folks making our broadcast possible, including our pregame sponsor, JoJo's Gaming Parlor. Offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events, live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street, Bushnell, and cheer our area teams on to victory. Good Hope Gardens, located at 445 East Main Street, Good Hope, just east of the North Elementary School. Open April through October, Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for all your fresh produce needs. Be sure to follow our Facebook page for daily updates. Currently taking orders for whole and half lamb freezer meat. Grover and Mary Jo DeCounter and family invite you to Good Hope Gardens. Come see where it's grown, and let me tell you, folks, the gardening season is upon us. You probably want to get your garden stuff there early at Good Hope Gardens. Did want to go ahead and take a look at the schedule of games coming up. Of course, we're here with the Southeastern Lady Suns today with the West Prairie Cyclone teams. Now, coming up next week, again, another Tuesday, it's actually a Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday affair for next week. On Tuesday, Rushville Industry will come here. Of course, TSSR Game Time Live will be here with the broadcast. Monmouth Roseville comes here to Scioto on Wednesday, and then Saturday it is North Fulton. That'll be a 10 a.m. Start, and Easter weekend bonanza, I guess you could call it, which we'll have kind of a volleyball egg hunt as we do that coming up on next Saturday. Then we'll be out of your ears again, kind of how the schedule goes. Bushnell Prairie City on Tuesday. Actually, Dwayne may have, we'll have that one up at Bushnell. And then on Thursday, it'll be Elmwood. They'll be at Elmwood on the 8th. And then on the 14th and 15th, it is Illini West and Mercer County coming in here. Just some of the things going on for athletics for the West Prairie Cyclones ahead. And we'll talk more about the football team. Of course, they had their second tilt with Macomb last night. Came up just a little bit short on that one, but they'll once again be in action this Friday. I did see a note on Facebook, South Fulton taking a pause in their football and all athletics programs, so we'll see what effects that has on the schedule. From what I understand, there was supposed to be junior high football today, was actually canceled because the dreaded COVID thing rearing its ugly head. Of course, all masked up. West Prairie doing a little more fans, 6 fans for each kid today. I know I've got some special guests in the crowd that have both Southeastern and West Prairie ties here today. Do want to thank the Community News Brief, a free publication distributed over 68 locations in Bushnell, Macomb, Colchester, Industry, Adair, and more towns throughout the area. Provides local news to McDonough County and parts of Fulton County every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. To submit a press release or get advertising information for the locally owned publication, contact Lynn at 309-333-8245 or email communitybrief@gmail.com. Tri-County Seeds, your local Golden Harvest seed advisor, located in Scioto, Illinois, rooted in genetics, agronomy, and service for over 10 years. Contact Nate Todd at 309-333-3437 for all your Golden Harvest corn, soybean, and seed treatment needs. Just some of our fine sponsors joining us here today as we get ready for action. Starting lineups for the two teams here today. For the West Prairie JV, it'll be Lauren Powell, Grace Vanonic, Janie Phelps, Ava Beck, Kinley Welsh, Jess Fackrell, and Jersey Brown will be the libero. For the Southeastern Lady Sons, Abigail Schaefer, Zoe Griswold, Desiree Johnson, Destiny Allred, Aspen Bostic, Grace Hester, and the libero will be Riley Van Fleet here today. Southeastern, I was mentioning before the game, always love the color combinations Tim comes up with for the girls' uniforms. And this one, a very bright soccer style type uniform. They will be in the mainly yellow, body blue striped uniforms today. The black trunks here this evening. The coaches for the Southeastern Lady Sons, Tim Kirch, Angie Wagner, and also helping out Autumn Schillian. For the Southeastern Lady Sons, or for the West Prairie Cyclones, I should say, it will be Drew Snyder, Caleb Hall, Patty Clark, and Terry Paul, the legendary and venerable head coach of the West Prairie Cyclones, as we get ready for action on this Saturday morning. A little early morning dip for you here of volleyball action, just ahead of NCAA tournament action coming up in the afternoon and evening. Unfortunately, Illinois decided to just totally blow my bracket to pieces, as it did many other people. But, yep. And the official making his list and checking it twice, naughty or nice, nothing to do with it, but who's in their proper place. And Jersey Brown will come on, serving first for the Southeastern Lady Sons is Abigail Schaefer. As the official once again, and I think they're having some discussion of who should be where, and now the Riley Van Fleet will come on, and hers is more of a pink striped ensemble. She replaces Aspen Bostic. And I do know some of these girls by face, but the problem is right now it's obscured by a mask. And on the way, Schaefer will let it fly here as we get this one underway. Brings the serve, low line drive. Beck going to bring it to the middle. Vanonic under it, and now Beck pounds into the tape, and bringing it up is Hester. Hester back set it, tapping across is Griswold, but momentum carried her into the net. That makes it 1-0 West Prairie on the side out. Phelps will go out as Sadie Allen will come in for the Cyclones, and that's going to bring Grace Vanonic back to let it fly. Vanonic at times will try the jump serve. Readies it, pounds it, and taking the back row, a little miss hit. Zoe Griswold had a little bit of trouble with it. And it's 2-0 West Prairie. Vanonic readies to eye it up again, into the jump serve, brings it across, and this time popping it up in the middle is Hester, and a communication error as drops in between two Lady Sons. 3-0 lead here for West Prairie. Coming after it again is Grace Vanonic, sends it back row. Griswold up under it to Schaefer, and now set in the middle. Hester brings it through, and it's Brown digging it up for West Prairie. Out for Powell, the back row attack into the back row. Van Fleet there, comes to the net, and just rolls down before Johnson can get a hold of it. 4-0, West Prairie leads it here. It is game number 1. Best 2 out of 3 falls. Falls do not count anywhere. Serve deep back row. Hester is right there to bring it up front to Schaefer. Back to Hester. Pounds it, and Brown digs in the left back. To Sadie Allen, right front. Pounds it through. Van Fleet digs it up. Back set. Here comes Hester again. Off the blocks. And they're going to say, they had kind of hesitation from it. I couldn't tell whether it hit the tape. And that'll actually send it back over to Southeastern on the side up. Makes it 4-1. Aspen Bostic back in as Van Fleet goes out. Now Johnson brings the serve deep back row. Brown's underneath it. And we had a couple girls getting each other's way. Two cyclonic fronts coming together. That's how you, weather related. 4-2. As Southeastern serves again, Beck brings it back in the court. Vanonic bumps it over. Schaefer's there. Now to Griswold. Back row dug by Powell up front for Vanonic to Beck, who hits it into the net, and it is 4-3. Right back has come Southeastern as they have fought their way back into it. Johnson will try to tie it up here. Serve back row middle. Brown up front for Vanonic to Beck. She'll bring it back row. It's dug up back there by Johnson. Going to be set to the outside to Griswold. She'll hit it into the net, and it makes it 5-3. Side out goes over to West Prairie. Ava Beck loads it, and she'll serve from the left-hand side of the service area. Brings it through short, and taking it there is Allred. And they're going to whistle Hester for the double hit. 6-3. West Prairie regains a 3-point advantage. They've led by as many as 4. And the serve off Beck. Allred pops it up. Schaefer helps, and then Hester hammers it through. Brown's got it for West Prairie. Left side set up. Here comes Powell. Back row. Allred keeps it alive, but can't do anything with it. And the Cyclones lead 7-3. Cyclones lead it here 7-3. Beck will load it up and pound it across again. Couple slap dribbles at it, walks to it, fires it across, and that one caught the back line and good. West Prairie bandage up an ace for Ava Beck. And they ready another one. Walks to it, pounds it, and Schaefer digs it up this time. Hester to the outside. Bostic cannot get it out of the net, and it makes it 9-3. He said as he had to look at the other scoreboard because this one's got a bulb out. Beck hounds it again. Nice line drive serve off the hands of Van Fleet. Another ace for Ava Beck. And Autumn Schillian will take a timeout. So will we. A 10-3 lead here for West Prairie right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
During this COVID pandemic, it is important you take care of your health, especially your heart health. Do not ignore the signs of a heart attack or stroke. If you have health concerns, schedule an appointment with your provider, and always, in case of an emergency, call 911. This message brought to you by McDonough District Hospital and Blessing Health System. See for yourself why Blessing Health System is the leader in cardiology and pulmonology services. Appointments available inside MDH. Learn more at blessinghealth.org or mdh.org.
And we're back here as the folks at the scoreboard keeping the official in a good mood, which is always a good thing to do. And you get to know a lot of these officials for years and years. You follow them throughout the area. That's one of the things I love about these Southeastern West Prairie matchups. Everybody friendly, everybody knows each other, but a friendly competition. Beck serves it again. Schaefer's there. They bring it to her back from Hester to her in the middle. And then we have it go off the, well, actually, they're going to whistle a net violation first. So that's going to earn a side out for Southeastern. 10-4, valued companion. Score here. Allred is back in. Van Fleet out. Serving now is Hester. Grace Hester lets it go. Low shot. Brown is up with it. Vanonic to the outside to Powell. Winds it. And digging it up is Johnson. Schaefer sets for Griswold and able to roll one off the table and down. I think the blockers had a little bit of confusion for West Prairie where they were going to be. So Southeastern scores another one, makes it 10-5. Nice serve out of there by Hester. Vanonic back set for Allen. Cross courts it. Tried to cut court, but went just a little bit long, and it is 10-6. Setting up an inchworm game where one goes ahead, then here comes the other. Serve low and into the net by Hester, and it makes it a side out for West Prairie. Kinley Welsh will make her first appearance. Jess Fackrell will go out for the Cyclones. And Jersey Brown will serve it for West Prairie. Brown Brings it back to Schaefer in the left, back up to the middle of Hester, back out left for Allred, tips, and it's pulled down by Brown. Vanonic for Welsh in the middle, dug by Schaefer. Allred, or actually Bostic sets it, and that would go to Griswold. West Prairie going to set it back the other way. Allen brings it through. Schaefer now to the outside. Griswold hit the home run ball and sends it long, makes it 12-6. Side out, or point for West Prairie. Brown again, back row off of Schaefer. They bring it up to Hester. Right side Griswold set up, hits it into the net, and it makes it 13-6. 13-6, the lead out to 7, tying West Prairie's largest. They had that last one at 10-3. Serve deep back row. Johnson is there, helped out by Hester, and now Schaefer from the back row, dug by Powell of West Prairie. They bring it back to her from Vanonic. And we have a net violation on either Allred or Aspen Bostic. And makes it 14-6. West Prairie starting to walk away here in this game at number 1. Brown again high, deep in the back row. Schaefer brings it to Hester. Hester puts it up, back row attack by Schaefer. Just a little bit long. And makes it 15-6. West Prairie rolling a little bit in game 1. And serving has been one of the top things here. That one just tipped the top of the net. One of those tape burners, and Schaefer could not adjust to it. 16-6 the advantage for West Prairie. Brown, short one off Schaefer, needs some help. Hester with a nice job helping her out, and then hit through by Johnson, but out of bounds. And we've got a timeout called by Southeastern. 17-6 the lead for West Prairie right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
McDonough District Hospital's Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center was built for one goal: to strengthen women's health services in the region's premier facility. Our dedicated staff, past and present, delivered generations of MDH babies, and now in the new Women's Center, our staff is ready to deliver the next generation and beyond. Come visit the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center and see for yourself the MDH difference.
The Princess Shop is your local one-stop shop for women's apparel, accessories, and shoes. Stop at Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. or Saturday 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Located at 1520 East Jackson Street in Macomb. This West Prairie game stream is made possible by McDonough Telephone's fiber internet. McDonough Telephone offers lightning-fast and reliable fiber internet, video, phone, and camera systems. Call them today, 776-3211. Tip over by Vanonic catches the Lady Suns there and makes it an 18-6 advantage now. Coming after it again is Jersey Brown. That one back row. Johnson underneath it. Hester with a nice save, and now Vanonic's got it for West Prairie. From Brown over to Allen. Little bit too long, and out of bounds it goes. It'll make it 18-7. 11-point advantage here for West Prairie, as Zoe Griswold will come back to let fly with it. Into the back row off of Beck. Up for Vanonic, set for Welsh. Taps it down. Hester with a dig on the right side. And Allred trying to set it out of bounds. Setting up another West Prairie side out. 19-7. Cyclones lead. Sadie Allen will serve for West Prairie. Brings a hard serve, high, deep, and generally unplayable. Dwayne Hewlett, our mastermind behind this whole thing, doing a nice job of ball shagging there on the stage. Hope you're enjoying the double camera look. Janie Phelps will come in. Sadie Allen will take a seat. And Aspen Bostic comes out as libero Riley Van Fleet will serve. Her serve off of Brown up to Vanonic. Back set, right side Powell off the blocks, off the hands of Schaefer and down. And it makes it 20-8. Now a 12-point lead here. And it is kind of nice. They did up the fan limit a little bit. I tell you, it's nice to see a lot of fans in the stands here. Powell brings it and pops it up. It is Schaefer to the outside. Johnson tried to tip. Grace Vanont got a hand on it and then says, nope, you keep it. 21-8 Lady Cyclones with the advantage. Vanonic doing a nice job of bringing that back. Serve off The back row off of Griswold, helped by Schaefer, and then Hester bringing the heat. Smacks that one down and good and makes it 21-9. Good run-saving stop. Destiny Allred serving for the Lady Suns now. Serves middle of the free throw lane. Goes to the load up. That one just came over. Beck did a nice job getting it. Vanonic to Welsh. Pounds it down and good. 22-9 here. Kinley Welsh will go back to serve. And now just Fackrell will come out. Taylor Richardson will check in for West Prairie. Welsh will serve. Welsh brings it across off of Griswold. Schaefer to Hester. Partially blocked. Johnson tries to save. Nice job by Griswold bringing it back in. And Schaefer brings it across. High up to Vanonic in the middle. Outside Beck the setup. And that one got the mat in the back. As it made it 22-10. Side out Lady Suns. Serving is Abigail Schaefer. Schaefer. From the middle, line drive off of Beck on the left-hand side. Vanonic brings it back out to her. She'll tip it deep. Allred's got it. Schaefer going to load to Griswold, dug up by Powell. Vanonic pounds it through. Schaefer to Griswold, brings it up. Powell's underneath it, back row. Vanonic to Richardson, can't quite get it across, makes it 22-11. Schaefer. Deep back row. Powell has to go to the back line to get set up for Richardson in the middle. She'll drop that one just a little bit outside. And it makes it 22-12. Had the right approach, just didn't have those shoulders quite turned the right way. Serve by Schaefer again. Powell is there, needs help. Vanonic up with it, and Phelps trying to hit it across, called for the lift. 22-13. 9-point advantage for West Prairie, and Southeastern making a run. A brace set it up for Powell in the back row from Vanonic. Dug by Van Fleet, right back across to West Prairie. Up to Richardson, tips, and Allred digs it up for the Lady Suns. Right side set up Hester, taps it. Brown gets under it, and now up for Beck. She'll hit it out of bounds. It's 22-14. We've got a timeout called by West Prairie. We'll step aside as well. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
As we work together to stop the spread of COVID-19, McDonough District Hospital wants you to know that your health and safety are our #1 priority.
Our primary care providers are here to take care of you and your family's total well-being. Telehealth capabilities and the MDH Convenience Clinic all provide ease of access to our wide range of services.
All of this because we are committed to providing you quality and compassionate care that you have come to trust from us.
McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring.
And we're back here. Another one of our very fine sponsors, Bushnell Banking Center, branch of Raritan State Bank, located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell, offering full-service banking and loan services, all your banking needs. Visit them or give them a call at 309-772-2345. They say good luck, Cyclones. They are equal housing lender, member FDIC. Schaefer. Line drive off of Powell. Vanonic going to bring it to the outside. Beck, partially stuffed by Hester, popped up, and then behind it, nobody got it. Hester did a nice job of getting a hold of it. The Lady Suns couldn't get a hang on it. And it makes it 23-14. Annika Clark coming in. Janie Phelps out for West Prairie. As Grace Vanonic will load it up here. Vanonic powers it through off of Hester, high in the air for Schaefer. Back for Hester, hammers it down. Powell up with it, and then nobody home up front. Makes it 23-15. Cuts it below double digits for the Southeastern Lady Suns. Again, as they try to make a run back into it. Johnson high in the middle. Jersey Brown up with it. Vanonic to Richardson, who mistimed her jump a little bit, and makes it 23-16. 23-16 advantage here. Allred going out. Van Fleet back in. Johnson back her off. Brown. Vanonic helps it out, and Powell hits it into the net. And the wheels kind of falling off here for the Cyclones in this game one. Had as much as a 12-point lead. It is down to 6, 23-17. as Johnson brings a short one, and it drops off the shoe of Grace Vanonic, and it's 23-18. Lady Suns within 5. As Johnson comes again, low line drive, Brown to Vanonic, who couldn't quite get it, and tapped up. Nice try by Beck. Couldn't get that one at the floor. And we've got another timeout. We'll stay right here as you're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, 23-18, lead for West Prairie. Square Music Company offers instruments, gear, lessons, service, and more, located at 122 Northside Square in Macomb. Call the Macomb store at 309-431-5484. You can also visit the Quincy location at 725 North Hampshire Street. You can also find them online at squaremusic.com. Heil Enterprises and Heil Trucking can take your product down the road near or far, and also offers top-notch heavy-duty truck and trailer repair. This second-generation business continues to grow and continues to support local athletics. Stop by and see Danny or Travis on Route 41 south of Prairie City, or call 309-775-3333. Cyclones playing it now. Vanonic for Beck, and just kind of goes and dumps it in for a side out. Earns game point for the Cyclones in this game number 1. 24-19. Ava Beck can finish it off here. Beck brings it into the back row. Schaefer's got it at her knees. Hester tips it deep and just a little bit long. So Southeastern right in that one. It was a good idea. Just tapped it a little bit long. And game number 1 goes the way of the Cyclones as they win that one by a score of 25-19. We're going to take this time out. You're listening and watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True Convection Cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True Convection Cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance.
In the weight room. Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
And welcome back here to Scioto as we get ready for game number 2 of the match. And, of course, thank you for tuning us in. Thanks for turning us on here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. And please let us know where you are listening to us at. Again, glad to bring it to the family at Southeastern and also the family here at West Prairie. Know a lot of folks, being a Plymouth native. Know a lot of folks from that area, and have several guests that live in that community, live and work in that community with me here today, as they did open up. I can't sit with them. I got to sit on the other side. They kind of sequester me on the other side. I do understand why they do that. They might want to do it normally. Let's check the lineup for game number 2 of the match. It'll be West Prairie serving it here first, as serving will be Grace Vanonic. Jersey Brown getting ready to come on the floor. She'll replace Kinley Welsh. It is also Lauren Powell, Sadie Allen, Jess Fackrell, and Ava Beck on the floor for the Lady Suns for game number 2. It is Riley Van Fleet, Aspen Bostick, Zoe Griswold, joined by Grace Hester, Desiree Johnson, and Abigail Schaefer. And now they'll have Janie Phelps is actually in the front row, which, being her dad, I can tell you that's not normally where she plays. I don't know what happened with the lineup, but anywho, Grace Vanonic going to bring it back row. Hester, left side. Schaefer's got to help it out. Hester will tip it across, and Beck's underneath it. Venonic going to tip it back and find a home where nobody roamed. As Van Fleet couldn't get to it, 1-0. West Prairie takes the advantage. Phelps goes out and Allen back in. As back row will be, or back again will be Venonic. Venonic lets it go off of Hester on the left side. Schaefer going to bring it back to her from the middle, hits it into the tape, and makes it 2-0. West Prairie got out to a huge lead, and including had leads of almost 12. And before the Suns would make a run here, Venonic brings it again, deep middle back row. Hester up underneath it. Schaefer tips it across. Venonic takes it. Brown helps it out. Now Allen comes to the attack and hammers it over outside and makes it 2-1. 1 point advantage for on the side out. 1 point advantage here for West Prairie. Schaefer's coming back to serve. Schaefer lets a long line drive go to Brown in the back row. Venonic on the run. Allen tried to help it across, could not, and it is 2-2. 2-2 tie between the two teams here, and serving it on the way is Schaefer. Schaefer's line drive tips the tape, and Brown gets it off the floor. To Beck, right side, hits it into the net, and Southeastern actually has their first lead of the match at 3-2. Got down early in game number 1, and now lead it here. Schaefer again off of Brown, back row. Venonic, left side setup for Allen, just a little bit long. I thought Autumn Schillian was going to play that. She did not. And now Allen will come out as Annika Clark will come in, 4-2 advantage for Southeastern. Lead is 4-2. Schaefer serves it low off of Powell. Fackrell helps it out, and now Powell will tip it across. Van Fleet, right side has it. Johnson up to Griswold, bumps it over, and up with it is Powell. Venonic tips it, right back it comes. Clark sending it back to Southeastern. Schaefer to Hester, who hits it, and Powell digs at the middle back row. Venonic outside setup, back, too long and out of bounds. And I've said that about a million times in this in game number 1, starting already in game number 2, 5-2. Southeastern in game 2. We're going to take this timeout right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Do want to thank the fine folks making our broadcast possible, including thank you for voting McDonough District Hospital Rehabilitation Center as best of the best in McDonough County. Let their experience and dedicated sports medicine and rehabilitation staff show you why MDH has been voted best of the best in 2017, 18, 19, again in 20. 3 convenient locations to serve you, 2 in Macomb and 1 in Bushnell. Just some of our fine sponsors on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. And so glad they are part of this. So glad you're a part of this as well. 5-2, 3-point advantage here for Southeastern. The Lady Suns trying to force a deciding game 3. Serve is low, back row off of Brown. Venonic outside again. This time Clark cuts the court and drops it in for the kill, and makes it a 5-3 side out for West Prairie. And Ava Beck back to serve. She had a long run in game number 1. Beck, line drive. Hester going to bring it right back up to the net. Tipped and brought back to Southeastern. Hester says, keep it. Out to Venonic, left side for Powell. Powell off the blocks, and we're going to have a net violation. So either Hester or Johnson got in the net. 5-4. West Prairie within 1 here. Beck, a couple of slap dribbles at it. We're ready to let it fly. Brings it off of Griswold, right back over to West Prairie. Venonic tips it right back. Van Fleet, a nice one-hand try at the save, and it going to call a lift on that last one. But what effort by Schaefer and the Lady Suns. Nice job by Van Fleet. Just able to bring it up. 5-5, all tied up here. Richardson in, and Fackrell goes out for West Prairie. As Beck ready to serve here. Beck brings it. Back row to Hester. Schaefer set in the middle for Hester. Off the tape. It did not get across in the recommended daily allowance of 3 hits. 6-5, 1 point West Prairie lead as they surge back into the advantage. Beck brings it off Van Fleet high in the air, and Cyclone's still playing it. They're going to bring it back across. It is Hester over to Schaefer. Vanonic up. Now Brown for Beck, and she'll tip it across. Van Fleet set up for Johnson. Brings it across. Nice save by Clark out to Powell on the outside. And dug in the back row by Bostic. Schaefer, right side setup. Hester, line drive off of Beck off the ceiling. Vanonic plays it, and Richardson can't quite get it across. A 6-6 side out here for Southeastern. Johnson will try to put the Lady Suns back into the advantage here. Her serve comes off Beck on the right side. Vanonic for Clark. Brings it back row off Van Fleet. Schaefer tips it across. Vanonic's got it. Brown has to help and sets it for the back row attack from Vanonic. Dug by Schaefer right side, and now they set it up. Schaefer brings it over to Vanonic, but unfortunately nobody home up front. And it makes it 7-6 Lady Suns. Desiree Johnson will let it fly once again. Walks to it and brings it off of Beck. That one going to be out beyond the out stick, because the out stick is always the out stick. 8-6 2-point advantage now for Southeastern, as once again Johnson brings it. Vanonic having to run to go chase it. Powell tips it across. Schaefer keeps it alive, helped out by Hester. Bumped through by Griswold, and Beck's got it right side back row. Vanonic to Richardson, rolls it across. Johnson saves it. Pulled out of the net by Schaefer, tipped by Bostic. And Brown brings it up. West Prairie loads it back the other way, and we've got a net violation on Southeastern. It's either Bostic or Hester in there. And funny enough that Taylor Richardson and Aspen Bostic playing there at the net. They are cousins. So up front comes Kinley Welsh. Fackrell and Richardson off as Brown brings it through off of Schaefer in the middle. Hester tips it. Beck on the run, gets it left side back row. Cyclones load to Powell, partially blocked. Actually, I was going to say did not get across. Thought maybe Bostic or Griswold had got a hand on it. Allred in, Van Fleet out, as serving will be Hester now. 9-7 lead here for the Lady Suns. Low shot, Beck up with it to Vanonic. Welsh brings it through, and it's dug by Johnson. Schaefer sets in the middle to Bostic, tips across, and Brown digs. The Cyclones bring it out to Powell, puts it in the back corner. Paints that back corner home, and turns a side out for West Prairie. Sadie Allen in. Annika Clark out. As Allen will jump serve it. Brings that one deep back row off of Schaefer. Johnson hits it up and called a lift. 9-9, not the German-speaking portion of our program, but our score. As again, Sadie Allen brings it. Back row to Schaefer. High in the air to Hester. Back row attack by Schaefer off of Allen. Powell helps it out, and Beck will just have to bang it through deep to Hester in the middle. Schaefer outside left, set up for Griswold, tipped by the block, and Vanonic will be set by Welsh. Drops it in the back row, and good, and the Cyclones have rallied back into the advantage. This is a little more of the style of play we expected. A little back and forth between the two. As Sadie Allen will send it again. Allen throws it up, jumps to it just across the net. Schaefer did, kept alive by Allred, but can't do anything with it, and it makes it 11-9. West Prairie out by 2. And that would be their largest lead of game number 2. Allen, again, off of Schaefer on the left side. Bostic pops it high. Schaefer attacks it and brings it to Brown left side for West Prairie. Up for Welsh. Dug back row by Hester for the Suns. Schaefer's going to bring it to Johnson, and she'll hit it over. Terry Paul made a nice kick stop at it, but could not get it. 12-9. 3-point lead here. Sadie Allen again. Schaefer hit sideways. Hester helps it, and Johnson will pound it through just a little bit long. Kind of had to wait there. The officials took a while to make the signal. 13-9, 4-point lead. for West Prairie. Allen again, good serving, hits it off of Johnson. That one headed toward the back wall, and it's 14-9. We're going to have a commercial timeout. 14-9 lead for West Prairie in Game 2. Let's take this timeout on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
You know, you see fires on TV all the time. You don't understand what the families are really going through until you've lived it. The day before the fire, life was good. We went to bed, we woke up, and we had nothing. If it was not for Country Financial, we would still have nothing.
And we are back here. Again, glad you're alongside watching Suns and the Cyclones playing a little volleyball on your Saturday morning. Get your weekend started here. Sadie Allen ready to serve it here. 14-9 advantage for the Cyclones of West Prairie. They won the first game by a score of 25-19. And closing in on game number 2. As Allen pounds it again, Schaefer brings it up. Hester's got it back to Schaefer. And it's dug by Allen. Vanonic going to pop it high. Welsh in the middle, lobs it over, and Johnson digs it out for Southeastern. To Griswold, tipped back by Vanonic. Johnson's there. Right side setup all red. She'll bring it back. Row and drop it past Beck, and good. Line dropper drops in. Phelps will come in, and Sadie Allen will go out. Yes, indeed. In case you're curious, that one's mine. The Phelps, I mean. 14-10, Southeastern trying to work their way back in. Griswold, back row off of Brown. High in the air for Welsh, who puts it right down. Nice job by Kinley Welsh to drop it down. 15-10, side out right back to West Prairie. And Lauren Powell at the serve. Powell off of Johnson, right back up to the net, and Welsh couldn't quite get it back across. Kind of tried, didn't get that arm all the way extended there, and had it roll down the net on her. 15-11, side out for Southeastern. Aspen Bostick serves it, right side. She lets it go. Brown takes it left side. Vanonic for Beck on the run, tips it, kept alive by Hester, but nobody there to help her, and it's 16-11. Jess Fackrell in, Jersey Brown out along the front row, and Kinley Welsh will serve for the West Prairie. Welsh brings the serve off of Bostick, high up for Schaefer in the middle, and Johnson will finally bump it across. Powell takes it for West Prairie. Vanonic will tip it through and good, and it's 17-11. Cyclones trying to take control here in game number 2, lead it by 6. As Kinley Welsh comes again, this time off of Hester in the middle. Right side for Schaefer, back for Johnson. She'll bring it. And a net violation anyway. Would have been good regardless. It was off the block. Brown rotates in and Welsh rotates out. Riley Van Fleet will serve in place of Allred for the Lady Suns, as she is the libero. Van Fleet serve just off the net, rolls in and good. And drops in at 17-13. Southeastern continuing to hang around in this game number 2, getting an earlier charge at it this time. Van Fleet, this one off of Brown. Up for Vanonic, set outside for Beck. Dug by Schaefer. Hester's there. Back to Schaefer. She'll bring it and drop it in front of Phelps and good. And so it's 17-14. His Suns within 3. And again, serve off of Powell. Vanonic on the run out to Beck. She'll hit it. Schaefer pops it up. Van Fleet tries to get to it but cannot. And it makes it 18-14, side out for West Prairie. And Gracie Vanonic will serve. Her sister Cora sitting down there keeping stats, so that's there for the mess up. Annika Clark in and Janie Phelps out. As Vanonic readies to wind it, pounds it, and it's taken by Hester. Up to Schaefer, outside for Hester, tipped, and Vanonic is there. Beck going to lob it through, and Van Fleet's now got it. Hester on the run, had to get to it, and Griswold trying to reach back to get it, could not get it across. The Suns deficit now 5, and the Cyclones lead, coincidentally, 19-14. Venonic again, serve off of Hester. Schaefer outside for tipped across, and now Venonic with it, brings it over. Griswold bumps it up, and Hester to Schaefer, who rolls it across and is able to drop it in. Fackrell could not get a hold of it. 19-15. Again, the Suns just continue to hang around in this one. Have not let West Prairie get on a closing kick. As Schaefer brings the big serve to Brown in the middle, back row. Venonic, back set, Beck right side. Dug by Schaefer, needs help. Hester can't quite get it there, and the Cyclones earn a side out at 20-15. 20-15. And we have a timeout called by Southeastern. It is 20-15, the lead for West Prairie in game number 2. M&B Furniture, Bushnell's only furniture store, celebrating its 60th anniversary in June. M&B Furniture is a mainstay in the county and offers top-notch customer service, free delivery within 40 miles, and the best in home appliance repair for the area. For everything you need to furnish your home or replenish an old one, stop and see them at 481 West Main Street or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or on the web at www.mnbfurnitureinc.com. You can also call 309-772-2111. Don't let the varmints and creepy crawlies get the best of you. Contact Beck Pest Control in Colchester. Beck Pest Control can let you sleep easy when the lights are out, knowing you have no uninvited guests running around. Contact them at 309-313-5521. That's Beck Pest Control. Get the bugs out. Great segue, because at the serve is Ava Beck for West Prairie as she pounds the serve off Hester in the middle. Schaefer going to set it up for Hester. Off the tape, Brown digs at the floor, and Venonic will set Powell up for West Prairie. Dug by Bostick. Schaefer back sets. Hester clubs it off the hand of Beck and into the stands. 20-16, another side out for Southeastern. Fackrell will go out as Taylor Richardson will check in for the Cyclones. And Desiree Johnson serves here for Southeastern. Lets it go off of Brown. High in there, Venonic outside for Powell, off the blocks, and Schaefer's up. Griswold brings it back, but kind of was sliding to the outside as she hit it, and it kind of carried along with her. And now we have kind of like mass confusion. It's like a line shift in hockey. As Fackrell will come in to rotate out, Welsh in as well. And we have a substitution for Southeastern as well. Paige Bland will check in. She'll replace Aspen Bostick. And serving is Jersey Brown. After all that, I hope you don't have a lineup card, because it would have a lot of scribbles all over it. Brown off of Schaefer to Hester. Back row attack by Schaefer, and she'll bring it off. Brown needs help from Venonic. And now Beck will just have to bump it across from the back row. Van Fleet, right side to Schaefer, out for Hester. Beck with a nice dig at the floor. Powell going to bring it to the middle, bumped over by Venonic. Van Fleet and Johnson a little trouble with it as they collide, trying to take it. And it's 22-16, West Prairie advantage. Brown, serve back row off of Van Fleet and Schaefer. Bandage up an ace for Brown. It's 23-16. The Cyclones trying to take this home in a convenient 2. As Jersey Brown eyes it up, brings it again. Schaefer gets it this time. Hester going to bring it for her for the back row attack, and Beck digs it. Up to Venonic, who tried to get it, but couldn't just keep it close enough for Powell to get to. 23-17. Van Fleet out for Southeastern as Allred will come in. And serving now is Hester. Hester trying to get him on a run. Not much margin for error now. Her serve goes into the net. And it's game and or match point, 24-17. 24-17 coming to it is Allen. Allen, long walk up for the jump serve. Schaefer to Hester, tips it over, and Brown brings it up. Venonic back set for Powell, and Powell hammers the home run ball. Makes it 24-18. Janie Phelps will come in. Sadie Allen will sit, and it'll be a side out for Southeastern. Zoe Griswold serving now. Left side setup. Griswold brings it and drops in front of Lauren Powell and good. That was one of those. She fought the line and the line won. 24-19. Lady Suns can't let another side out go, or West Prairie will win it. Serve comes to Brown. To Venonic, left side Beck setup. Dug by Hester in the back, or dug by Griswold in the back row. Hester up to Shaver, tips it. Phelps tried to keep it alive but could not. And it's 24-20. 24-20. Here comes Griswold again. Her serve this time off Beck. To Venonic, flips it over. Johnson for Hester, a little bit too close to the net. And that is it into the Cyclones that win it, 25-19 and 25-20. Do want to thank some of our other folks making our broadcast possible. They include Farmers and Merchants State Bank of Bushnell. For over 100 years, Farmers and Merchants State Bank of Bushnell has been servicing the local community's needs for a personal and business bank. With all the banking services, stop by the Marine branch at 484 East Main in Bushnell or their drive-up facility on Cole Street to learn more. Rosie's Pizza offers something for everyone with pasta sandwiches and, of course, pizza. Dine in or carry out at 458 Main in Bushnell. Also delivered at Good Hope Adair and all points in between. Call 309-772-2101. And United Community Bank. United Community Bank services are designed to keep you in the game when you are on the go with online and mobile banking. That's nothing but net to friendly services you can count on for the leader of community banking. Choosing UCB is always a slam dunk. Locations in Bushnell, Colchester, and 2 in Macomb. They are member FDIC. That'll wrap up our JV broadcast as we'll adjourn to the varsity contest. You have been listening to TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance.
In the weight room. Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.